Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Publicly Buzzed live on a Thursday night. Thank you all for being here as I chill out in my junk room. And tonight I am joined by none other than a few of my buddies. One of them is my brother. One of them is Jay from the Shaming of Jay. What's going on, guys?
What's up? What's up?
Going on?
Not much, not much. Making sure all my sounds are looking good here. I think they are.
Let's remind everyone who was the first one to follow Dan on Twitter. I forget.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well,
I believe that was Jay.
Yeah, dude, that was hilarious, man. I started back.
I even got Stevie to make me a profile pic, so he knew the Twitter existed.
How dare
That's
he?
true. I didn't know that it was active. I didn't know we were out there yet. That's funny. Yeah, I started backtracking on that stream. I was like, wait, what is going on here? I was like, oh, hell yeah, dude, promoting tonight. Let's go. Wait, what? What's that? You're talking shit.
Yeah, that was good.
That was hilarious. Well, welcome to Twitter, Dan, first of all.
Yeah, I'm using it, kinda. Trying to. Starting. Let's say that. I'm starting to use it.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully, I actually need to get. I'm still using the browser on my phone to access Twitter. I haven't even downloaded the app yet.
Oh man, get the app. What's the matter with you?
I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, that's the only way actually. Well, you know, that's a lot. I use it on my desktop also, but mostly on the phone. That's basically where I'm just hanging out with it at. Yeah, let me look at what's going on here in chat. Thank you everyone for hanging out here on a Thursday night. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Who's hanging out? Laura, Dara like Sarah. Thank you. I saw she's already posting up in the hot tub hanging out. Amber Chan, Liz, the Broken System Podcast. Welcome, guys. Tracy K, Kaylin, Mosh. Yeah, wow, Kaylin. Well, she put it on my mind. I missed your stream the other day when you opened her gift, and she was talking to me about it because I wanted to know what it was, and it sounds like I saw a picture as well, but dude, the most perfect gift. Jim.
Oh, whoa.
Gift. Bring the
tears.
Yes.
The big man baby, me, who just can't help but crying sometimes on the stream.
It happens, man. It happens. But that is the most perfect gift. Look at the detail.
That's really cool.
Dude, the attention to detail. It's beautiful. But she
very well done, yeah.
Such a good job. And yeah.
Thanks, Kaylin.
Let me pull the chat out here so I can pop it up on the screen when I feel like it. But yeah, I thought that was freaking awesome.
Yeah, that was
what a
awesome.
thoughtful gift too, man. Like that's someone that you know is truly watching. They're, you know what I mean? They get it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He's great.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Groot, thank you for coming in here. Mountain Mama, Jody, Tia M, thanks guys. Yeah, Shannon as well. Thank you. Everybody, tonight what we are doing is basically what ended yesterday was a trial that Jay had been covering this entire time. Illinois versus Timothy Bliefnick. Am I saying that name correctly?
Yes, good job.
So yeah, that dude got exactly what it deserved at the end of this thing. One of the quickest trials that we were talking about before we went on the air here that we've ever actually seen, from murder, from event taking place to actual conviction. Pretty wild, man. But yeah, you were dude, I made the video last night. You are the best trial watch verdict watch ever. Like dude, it's the best. I've seen it multiple times now. But yeah, I really do want to see one of these motherfuckers get punched and thrown down a couple times. Like,
well, thank you. I'll tell you this. Generally, I don't start off that angry. As the trial goes, and particularly you'll see as we go over this case with this piece of shit, I just get angrier and angrier, for like what fucking monsters they are. And then by the time it's the verdict, like I'm just like, I want the bailiff to throw them through the fucking wall because they're such pieces of shit.
Yeah, dude.
Get all worked up.
That was cracking me up. Hold on, I'm gonna actually just pull that up because that's my favorite thing that I've made in a long time.
That was awesome. Thank you for making that.
That was great, dude. Hold on 1 second. I was like, yeah, I would like to see this too. So the best thing that we can do visually is get this this lady right here to do the job for us virtually. Let me make sure the sound's working here.
Fucking fleece off his stupid dumb body. Punch him. Throw him down. Rough him up. No, show me. Knock that fucking fleece off his stupid dumb body. Punch him. Throw him down. Rough him up. No, show me.
And And I should have already had it popped up here, but and I'll pop it up here on the side. But I do actually also want to show your actual ending, like the actual ending to this thing when the verdict was being read as well. We'll get there. But yeah, man.
Someone's saying static, Steve. Someone's saying
Oh,
static.
shit.
I don't know.
Is that Static Dan happening? Maybe.
Oh, I haven't even said anything hardly, but it's if I have static, Jay's probably also going to have it because it's just Discord.
Let's see here. I will change the mics anyways, just real quick.
Yeah, just redo Discord like usual.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's an issue. It's a consistent issue that we have on the show, and we have not figured out why it happens.
Boom. Say a few things.
They're saying Liz is saying it's better now. Thanks, Liz.
Cool. And then usually it'll fix right up as soon as like the program will use OBS here. I'll just kind of like take that in and out, and then it'll actually fix the actual mic. So
yeah.
We always do it.
To be fair, actually,
it out too, so.
It always happens when I go on like long tangents or rants. So it seems like the more we talk through Discord, the worse it gets.
Nice, thank you guys, appreciate it. Yeah, as you know, we just covered a little bit there that the more you get into them, the more you become emotionally involved, Jay. And
yeah, man.
Again, this guy, as you're seeing, there was one day that was very emotional. That was going on where there was a lot of pictures being shown. I was in there that day. Yeah, you get, and it's happened with us too on this channel, but you are covering this day to day, hour to hour, the entirety of these cases, man. And again, we just showed the brain, the tears, tissues there. And I mean, yeah, dude, like, I think that's an awesome part of what you bring on your channel is the emotional factor of it.
Thanks, man. I mean, I sometimes I try to sometimes I don't expect it. Like I didn't expect it on this one. Actually, I didn't. Like with Latham, I kind of did. Like sometimes just like you said, it's like you're covering these things. You get invested in the people. You want justice to be served, and like when it finally does, it's like it's emotional. Plus, this is they had 3 kids. I have 3 kids. It's like, how could a monster do something like this?
That's
and then, like you said, you're watching the trial every day, and I'm like 2 days in a row. I was on for 9 hours, both days streaming these things. I'm not sleeping, and it's like the next day, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, that maybe that's why I'm crying. But yeah, you get emotionally invested into this stuff.
It's a lot, dude, and yeah, man, and you're putting in the hours. Like, yeah, yesterday alone, as you were waiting for that verdict, what was that, 4 hours ish, something like that. So that was a long time, and yeah, I came in there towards the end, and yeah, man, it was that was a good ending. That was a really good ending, and they came back fairly quickly. So
plus with that, it was 4 hours, and I thought it should have been done in 4 minutes. I mean, I understand it's a jury, and they're putting a man, particularly in this case, the mother is dead, and now they're going to be putting the father away for essentially his life. So like, and then we're in this environment where we're expecting it. I mean, I know, but this one was really bad. The evidence was so bad. I'm like, come on, get this guy. What are we waiting for?
Yeah, we could actually talk about a little bit of that out the gate here. The Google searches.
Oh, the Google searches.
Which I've got your video up here as well, and we can kind of touch base on that. But dude, this guy, I was in there live when this was happening. This guy is
wild.
Dude, and I mean, I guess thank God that these guys are so fucking stupid. But this has become a regular thing now, right?
That's what I said to my wife earlier. I was like, how could somebody commit these crimes and Google these things? But actually, thank God they do, because it makes them easier to catch, right?
I mean, you would think it's 2023. Like, are you fucking that dumb that you don't think they're going to go through your fucking phone? I mean, he did try to ride a bicycle. I'll give him that, instead of getting in his car when it happened. But
yeah,
searches are so fucking bad. How stupid can you fucking be?
Yeah, it blows my mind, man. And yeah, what was I had actually a few written down here. Yeah, how to open my door with a crowbar, how to make a homemade pistol silencer, how to wash gunpowder residue off of my hands. Like, it don't get much worse than that. Like,
and that's something he actually did, was break in with a crowbar as well, right?
Yeah, and he made a homemade silencer, and he and he washed off the gunshot residue. Like, he did everything, and by the way, he searched about his Whoop watch that he used to wear. They had 1 million data points for this Whoop watch, except for the night of the murder. All of a sudden, like, he's just so fucking dumb. It's just,
dude. Yeah, he was googling like how long the Whoop watch, or like what if it can like keep data or something along those lines, like towards the Whoop watch.
So did he leave it at home?
Yeah.
Did he, or he left it somewhere else?
he, when he did his, he did like a test runs. When he did his test runs with riding the bike, everything matched exactly with his phone, with his watch, and all his activities with surveillance cams. Like, it was to the T that they showed, like, on a chart, that everything matched. That, like, it had to be him.
Wow. Yeah, dude. Yeah, watch a little bit of this, Dan.
On the first screen here, we have Exhibit 162-4, and there is a website that was visited with a specific date of, if you could go to the next call out, please, of 10/4/22, October 4th of 2022. Is that right?
That is correct.
And that website is www.bevitchett.us improvise-silencer-silencer-2.html. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, Detective, I also see numbers on here, 465, 466.
Yeah, this was blowing Jay's mind when this was happening live. Real quick though, just before I lose these here, I do want to name out the members that came through before we even came on the air here tonight. Jimmy Kelly became a new member. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And then is this working? Those are not. But yeah, I also wanted to just saw another one come through as well. Yeah, the Broken System Podcast. Thank you as well before becoming a new member. Yeah, you can get a few beers here, guys.
Hey, Robert.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I follow the Broken System Podcast on Twitter also.
Had his first live stream today. Good job with that, Robert.
Nice. Oh, yeah, I might have to go back and check that out. They were saying volume sounds good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this dude was an absolute monster, guys. Yeah, get your beers, boys. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys.
467. Those numbers should not be considered in any way to be indicative of when the search occurred.
That's correct.
So if just because the 466 was on October 4th, 2022, no one should assume that 467 or 500 or 600 were after it.
That's correct.
And number 1 or number 2 or number 3 should not be considered before it. This is just a number of websites visited.
Yes.
We go to the next slide. Is this also one of the searches or websites that the defendant visited?
Yes.
I apologize, I misspoke. That the defendant's phone visited.
Yes.
And it is www.google.com. Search, can you identify if a shotgun shell was shot out of a specific gun?
Yes.
Next slide, please. Website that the defendant's phone visited, homelyville.com, how to open window from outside.
Yes.
That's how we got in the house.
Google search, can I force open my door with a crowbar if I locked myself out?
Yes.
Another Google search, can I force open my door with a crowbar if I locked myself out?
Yes.
Next slide, please. Another Google search, can I force open my door with a crowbar if I locked myself out?
Yes.
Google search.
Just leave the breadcrumbs, right? Just follow me
You're
here.
What I'm curious is, like, did he even try this on like private mode, or like it's like, did they have to hack anything, or is he that dumb
Yeah,
that
there
he
was
didn't
no
even go
incognito
into private mode? Yeah.
Yeah, I bet not.
He was just
door with a crowbar.
Yes.
Homeemergency.wonderhowto.com, how to open almost any door with easy lockpicking trick.
Yes.
www.artoflockpicking.com.
Art of lockpicking, like,
This
you
is
can't make this up.
this is pretty wild, actually. Like, I mean, you know, I love the internet, and the internet's awesome, but man, it's also it's crazy for a lot of different reasons, right? You have this dude that's able to go out here, look up these different insane methods of, you know, possibly doing shady, nefarious means or things. But then, you know, you also have it following him and pointing him out exactly what happened along the way, so you can get him quicker. So like,
Right.
it's a double-edged sword, man. That's crazy. Like back in the day, this was, I mean, this is a police officer's dream on the internet today, right? Like,
Yeah.
these
I
guys
mean,
are
you can.
so stupid.
There are ways to do this privately and undetected. It's just he's not smart enough to figure those ways out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the fucking library and put it on incognito mode and like don't use your fucking phone, you dope.
Yeah, not your phone, not your wife.
A fucking idiot.
Dude.
I mean, you can even if it has to be a phone, you can go buy a burner phone with cash money, no connection to you whatsoever, and use that.
Yeah, dude.
They come with data.
He couldn't spend an extra $100 to get the burner phone. You know what I mean? Like that's the mindset.
Right.
He's like, oh, let me just get this going here. Need to get rid of
He
this.
also, if you saw, he kept trying to search for Becky's boyfriend's VIN number, but he wouldn't pay for you could pay for a site to do that, and he kept searching on the free version to get to get the information on the car. He wouldn't pay, and it took him 10 pages of these searches because he wouldn't pay the paid version of how to get someone's VIN number.
Did he eventually pay?
Yes, he eventually paid.
I guess I gotta give him $30.
4 hours or something.
Dude.
A privacy law.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be looking for this guy in prison to be making any kind of sophisticated escape routes or or weapons even.
The defendant's phone was used to visit a website, DIY quickly, how to use a crowbar.
How many times did he search the crowbar opening a door or window?
Didn't figure it out, this fucking idiot.
The defendant's phone was used to visit a support.whoop.com, Whoop data activities, auto detection, automatic and manual activity detection.
Correct.
So he's curious about the watch, the Whoop thing, right? But he's not curious about all these searches that he's doing. Like he's smart enough to detect that, like maybe my Whoop, that this thing can track my position or whatever. But he's not thinking about them figuring out his search history and all that.
Right. Surely they won't look at my phone. They'll check my watch, but not my Google searches.
This damn watch. This thing is following me. It's connected to my soul. But in the meantime, Google.com.
Murdering for Dummies on Amazon.
Dude. Yeah, are any of these dudes using Bing ever? Or
the Broken System podcast. Why do you even need to search how to break open a window with a crowbar? Like, how does he can't just figure that shit out?
It's like, how to do this the best way. Yeah. When they start Googling this shit, it should pop up, don't do this.
If he would have used ChatGPT would have shut him down. He would have just been like, no, this is not, you're obviously trying to do something nefarious.
Yeah, something weird's going on here.
OhioCrimeLaw.com, gunshot residue evidence, not always a smoking gun.
Correct.
His phone was used on
Someone
Google
said he
search.
owned
Can you
10
just wash
crowbars.
off gunpowder?
He had several
Jesus
crowbars.
Christ. What was he? He just had 9 backup crowbars just in case one broke or something.
You know what I've never done? Did you ever go back and actually watch the Family Feud episode?
Not the whole thing, just the clips.
That'd be interesting to go back and just see how stupid he is during the whole thing.
You saw what he said, the most famous thing he said.
Yeah, I saw that one clip.
I didn't see the whole
and
thing.
he nailed it. That was that was the number one
number
answer.
two answer.
Number two answer. It was high up there. Yeah, dude. I'd like to see some of his other answers because, man, yeah, Family Feud's interesting. I haven't watched Family Feud in fucking 2 decades, probably. Quite honestly.
Residue.
Correct.
And his phone visited a Quora website. Can gunshot residue be washed off or wiped off?
Correct.
Next slide, please. His phone was used to visit guncleaninghq.com. Can gunshot residue be washed off?
Correct.
And a Google search on his phone, can you just wash off gunpowder
He just kept Googling it.
residue?
Correct.
Searches are why, like, when it was getting to 4 hours, I'm like, what is this jury doing? Like, what else do we
Yeah.
need here?
Yeah.
I mean, they obviously had more, but like, come on.
And his phone was used to visit a Quora website. Are shotgun rounds
How
traceable?
long did they deliberate?
About a little more than 4 hours, I think.
Okay.
If a shotgun can be matched, how is it done? If they can't be matched, why aren't they the choice guns of criminals?
Correct.
What a ridiculous Google search. Oh, then why aren't they the choice gun of criminals? What the
gun
hell?
should I use for murder? Like, that should have been.
Dude, that's crazy. I'm surprised the
I
cops
like
just
how-
didn't
I like
roll
how
up
he's-
right then and there. Excuse me,
he's
sir.
He's diversifying his search engines. He's not just using Google. He went to Quora and asked the question as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And here's on
Next
Legal
was
Beagle.
Ask Jeeves was next.
And his phone was used to visit legalbeagle.com. Outgun registered, correct?
Correct.
Ridiculous. That dude is ridiculous.
Man.
Wow.
So what was he like on Family Feud with his family?
Oh, if you didn't see the number one, so the question was, what was the why, like, if this went viral, or at least one of the reasons. The question was, what was the number one mistake you made at your wedding? And his answer was saying "I do." So
Oh
yeah,
shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
and she wasn't there, so
Yeah.
it was like,
And the divorce proceedings
it-
had already started though at that point, right?
Oh.
that I forget if they
I
had
think
already-
so.
I
And
don't-
that's me just literally, and I'm looking at the timeline. Because shit started like breaking down for them in 2021 here. What the Family Feud was it 2020?
that is a good.
I think it was
question.
2020 now I'm thinking about it. So I might be
Yeah,
actually
so yeah.
off. Yeah, everything that happened so quickly in this is what was really trippy to me. And then right here, which I just seen this on Shannon's post here, 123. Timothy's neighbor says T asked him if cameras would record his backyard. Like, I mean, just asking the dumbest questions to even people in real life now. Like, he's just probably went over, knocked on dude's door. Hey, buddy, your camera's back here.
Do you think those cameras can see my backyard?
Like,
Just in
dumb.
case, just in case,
Just in case.
Just curious. No, but I'm asking all the neighbors. Just want to get an idea of what.
I'm asking all the neighbors.
I just want to get an idea of what can be seen. Just let me know.
Dude, ridiculous. But yeah, shout out to Shannon though for making this right here. This was cool.
Yeah, she killed it. She did a great job.
Yeah, arrested March 13th then. Convicted May 31st.
That is crazy. That's super quick.
So fucking
Talk about a
fast.
speedy trial.
Yeah, and I'm sure the prosecution might have been a little worried if they didn't have those fucking Google searches. You
Dude.
fucking idiot.
Those
Yeah.
Google searches, man. And then you also had this clip up here of his defense attorney. This
She
one
was
right
the
here, the
worst.
specific one where she was like, yeah, kind of berating the friend, right?
I mean, that essentially every like family member or friend, her defense and the way that like she would go about it was because they're all like, she's telling us that she told her friends and her family, if I get killed, it's him, and I'm worried about him, and if something happens to me, it's him. All these texts, and then so when the defense attorney gets up, her whole thing would be like, all right, well, she told you that. Did you call the police? Did you make a report?
I did
Like it
see
was,
that.
she was like shaming the friends, like who I'm sure already fucking feel awful.
Yeah, that was insane.
Don't get me wrong. I know defense attorneys have a job. I get it. But to me, it was over the line. It was unnecessary. I'm sure it pissed off the jury. Shame the friends for not, like, what are you going to do? Like, she said in her messages, don't tell my parents. I don't want to upset them. Like, sure, they were feeling awful as it was. And then she gets on there and is like, well, did you call the police? Did you make a report? It was awful.
And they were referring to a very strict subset of messages too, right? Like she even said, like, well, yeah, we talked about that later, or I mentioned that later, but they're like, no. In this set of messages that we're talking about right now, did you do this or that? And then she still answered yes because she was saying, you know, we did talk about that, but you know, of course the legal team is being very narrow with what they're talking about and trying to force her to say no, I didn't mention these things.
Right here, Kaylin, what did we learn last time? Don't ever trust anyone on a game show. They will murder you. 4 that we thought of just off the top of our heads. Yeah, the other day when we were in that stream, oh no, that was actually on the Dahmer stream. I think we started talking about that.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, man. And yeah, there's been way too many people appear on game shows that also ended up appearing and murdering folks. Like, what the fuck is that statistic? Like, what are the odds of that, dude? And
Andy Adelson,
Lori Vallow, Wheel of Fortune.
Yep,
dude, that's absolutely crazy. Yeah, that blew me away. Yeah, and speaking of that, Dan, we'll watch a little bit of this too. This is her. This is the defense attorney again, kind of, you know, I mean, going at the friend here of the victim. Like, this is kind of gross. So,
tell your sister and tell your sister something might be going on with Becky, correct?
I did not.
You did not reach out to Becky's brother-in-law and say, Becky's scared, she might need some help, did you?
No.
You did not reach out to any of her attorneys and say, Becky is scared of Tim, she needs help, did you?
I had asked, it's not on that message, but so I did ask if she needed help.
You didn't reach out to her attorneys, did you?
No, but I asked if she needed help. You did not tell her to go, in these messages that you just testified to, you did not tell her to go get an order of protection, did you? I asked if she had gone to the police. There's way more messages than that. Messages that you just testified to, ma'am. You did not tell her to go to the police, did you? There was a very long conversation and not all of it is posted. So it's a yes or no question. Did you tell her?
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
That will be sustained. That's ask and answer.
Yeah, dude. It would be so uncomfortable to be in that room during that, I feel like.
For sure, yeah.
Like, and even the judge right there was like, "Yeah, let's calm down here."
Another thing that's pretty wild about this case for the people who may not have seen it is look how fucking close prosecution and the defense, they're like at the same table. Like, there are times where you can watch prosecutor, his name is Josh Jones, but we called him Billy Corgan because he looks like Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins.
Close.
But there were times where you could like see him and he's like looking at their notes. Like, they are so close together. It's bizarre.
That's weird, man. Yeah. At least get them, you know. I mean, I think it is 2 tables, but they're right on top of each other. That is bizarre. Is the room that small?
I think so.
Oh, jeez.
Answered. May go on.
Did you refer her to a domestic violence shelter?
No.
This is Muddy River News. It seems like a small town, is it?
It's absolutely a small town. In fact, I got a lot of DMs from people from the town, and someone DM'd me that this particular witness left the courtroom after this hysterically crying.
Wow.
I believe it, honestly.
I do too.
So we were also going to touch base on something that you guys dug up here with the judge, right?
Oof, that was something else.
Which I have this article again. You guys, posted this as well from 2022 about the terrible rating that this guy got. Judge Robert Adrian, and I know everybody that was watching along with this, with you, were just as angry at this guy's, lackadaisical like character. The dude was weird as fuck. Just being general about it. He rubbed everyone the wrong way. It was the way he kind of talked to everyone in the room. It was like he actually had like that arrogance about him that was gross, quite frankly. But yeah, you guys dug in and found out a little bit more stuff about this cat.
I mean, there's just so much going on. I mean, first of all, everyone in the town, because people, like I said, people are DMing me stuff. So like, I'm getting all these screenshots from like the local Facebook, Muddy Rivers News. So Muddy Rivers News is posting to their Facebook, and people like trial updates, and people are sending me screenshots of what's going on. And basically, the town is like, this is bullshit. This man should not be handling this case. So first of all, this judge, had divorce proceedings that were going on right before the murder. Timothy and Becky Bliefnick, right up, like there was a hearing that was supposed to happen right up after the murder. And the theory is basically that's why the murder happened. But this judge handled like 20 of those appearances. He's handling the divorce case, and now he's the judge in the trial that's for the murder. And so all the town is like, this guy should not be fucking handling it. And who is on Facebook fighting all of them? His wife, Martha, is on Facebook in the comments fighting with people about this active case on Facebook.
That's insane, dude. I remember when you guys started talking about that, I was like, what the fuck?
He's arguing with all of them. So it's just wild. And who Timothy's attorney in that divorce case? Who was it? Divorce attorney is the criminal attorney in this case.
Same lady.
Same attorney. It's just wild.
That's insane.
It's
That's that small town shit, dude. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say, is the town just that small? Like they just don't have.
It's a small town. I mean,
It
and the
sucks.
reason, if you scroll down and on this link that you have, if you see the little video there and you pull that up, so the reason people were pissed about this guy in the first place is he had a case where there was a conviction for sexual assault for like an 18-year-old guy who sexually assaulted a 16-year-old girl when she was sleeping. This guy was the judge. This guy finds the person guilty. Then he finds out that if the person is guilty, there's a statutory sentence of 4 years. And when he finds that out, he says, you know what? I am not going to say he's guilty anymore. He's not guilty. And he didn't have to go to jail, this person that he himself found guilty. So if you watch this clip, this is the town protesting that. If you go forward, so like bring it to like when they're yelling at him. If you fast forward, it's gonna blow your mind how it gets even deeper, because it's gonna blow your mind.
So because he thought the punishment was too harsh.
Right.
So
he was like, this person shouldn't go to jail. I'm reversing my decision. So this is a hearing that he is having, right, to announce that he's running for judge, right? So these people are like going to protest, like this is bullshit. He shouldn't be, running after he does this. So keep going and watch as the First of all, there's a really funny guy who has a "fuck Adrian" sign, and he's just hilarious. Get to that point, but it's going to get even deeper when I explain to you what's going on.
Nice. Real quick before they disappear here, Dara, like Sarah, coming through with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Let me name them out here: Brian Hoffman, Kalen getting 1, MJ Lynn, Tia M, and Lol Nerd Amber. Thank you guys, and thank you, Dara. Appreciate that.
I've seen a couple of people call out that your mic's a little low, Stevie.
Oh, sorry about that. Me. Yo. Sounding a little bit better there. All right, let's watch this clip here. This is crazy, though.
Keep an eye on the gentleman in the MAGA hat and the Brandon shirt. Just keep an eye on him.
Thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate that you are here, and I want to make one thing perfectly clear. I will never sentence an innocent person to the Department of Corrections.
It's his wife, by the way.
It's never going to happen. I don't care how much the law criticizes me. I don't care how much the left lies about me. I don't care how much they try and cancel me, which is what they're doing now. Then I'm still going to do exactly.
Ready to go. That lady's ready to do it.
Yes. By the way, she has an oxygen tank that she go like a little thing that she goes back to, but she's like, "You're a big disappointment," and I'm like, "This lady is my hero."
Awesome.
And then the guy is going, go. Me and Shannon he was like, "Go home." It has like a beat to it. Like I'm like, they need to make an auto tune of this. Go home. Like it was. But here's the thing, guys. So if you see that guy, this is gonna blow your guys' fucking mind if you don't know this already. If you see the guy in the red MAGA hat and the FJB shirt, you want to know who that is? That man was the attorney for the person who he was a defense attorney who was obviously happy when his client got the conviction overturned, right? That's the attorney. This is his parking lot where he invited them to come to do this hearing, and he's blocking these people. That man is the dad of the defense attorney from this criminal case, Casey Snack. That's his dad. That's her dad. That's her dad. And if you watch, he hugs his wife. Like she's getting all upset when this is happening. That's her fucking dad from this trial.
Wow.
Like that's how
this is all in the family.
Yeah.
This is fucking crazy.
Ends with the judge. Like it's just
wow. Yeah, let's keep going here.
The right thing. In the case that is the case that was caused the controversy,
you don't have my vote.
Drew Clinton
She's going hard.
was not guilty of the offenses that he was charged with. That's what the law showed. That's what the evidence showed. And that's what I found. And I would tell you that there was a group, as you can see, who was not at the jury trial, was not at the hearing.
Dude, his wife can't take it.
Decided to put out a statement that
What you say? Come on over here and do it!
Please let him be stupid. This group
Please let him be stupid.
lied about what I said, lied about what I did, and not only that, they paid a public relations firm to spread these lies, not only all over the nation, but they spread them internationally to try and cancel me, to try and to intimidate me. And in order to intimidate me and the rest of the
woman
judges.
with the yes means yes sign. What's hilarious about that sign is I feel like she wrote yes means yes, and if you look at the corner, it says bruh. I'm like, her kid probably wrote it on the fucking sign. You see the yes mean yes, if you play the wind a little bit, it says bruh in the corner, and it makes me laugh every time.
Not be intimidated
Yeah.
in this matter. I will always do what is right. I will do what the law says and what the evidence says. You gave me the hammer of justice, and I will continue to swing that hammer of justice, and I will protect the innocent. And you know, my record shows that the hammer of justice will come down hard on the guilty who deserve it. Now, I need you.
Yeah, I want to see the other side there. Swing that camera around, man. They were fucking rabid, dude. They're ready to
Yeah.
go.
Oh yeah, they were.
Like,
Oh yeah.
To help me educate the.
You already convicted him.
I need you to help me educate the public about the retention
Rapists go to jail.
vote.
Rapists go to jail. Rapists go to jail.
Because
there's a beat breaking out here.
the public doesn't understand
Rapists go to
the
jail.
retention vote.
Rapists go to jail.
The public
Rapists
looks
go
at
to
that
jail.
and they look at the
Rapists go to
question.
jail.
The question on the ballot is generally along the lines of, should Judge Adrian be retained circuit judge of the judicial and the public
Absolutely not.
and the public the public reads that question and they don't understand it. They don't understand what it's asking for, so they don't vote that issue. Other people look at that and they say, well, it's just got the one name.
If nothing else, this motherfucker is long-winded, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Like,
I mean, you would think this would be a short, sweet thing because there's so much of backlash going on, but he seems to like it actually.
I think he does.
It gets deeper in the fact that, all right, so what do we know about this case that's happening? We know that the case that's currently, not this prior case, the case that's currently happening, we know that his wife is on Facebook. She's fighting with the townspeople, the people of the town, because they're pissed that they don't think he should be handling this, right? So what do we also find out that happened in the past? This judge had a case with the same prosecutor, Billy Corgan Jr., in the past. They had a case together, right? And one of the times he comes into court and he boots him out of the courtroom. And there's a whole article about it. He boots him out of the courtroom. And why does he boot him out of the courtroom? Because he says, my wife told me that you liked a post on Facebook. And it was in reference to this. So he had liked the prosecutor had liked a post. It was from a victim advocate that basically said rapists should go to jail or something like that. All that he did was like it. And his wife
reasonable like?
Right. He didn't make his own post. He just liked a post that was just on advocates of on behalf as an advocate. His wife tells him the next day he goes into court. He boots the prosecutor who's handling this murder trial, this prior case, boots him and says, I can't be unbiased with you. I found out that you liked a post on Facebook. This is it's fucking wild.
Dude, yeah, this is insanity, man. And he's still a judge. He's still hanging out.
Still a judge.
And he's still gonna be hanging out for a bit.
There's a hearing coming up in November. From what the DMs I got from these people is that they think he's gonna retire before the hearing.
Wow. Yeah. Hopefully he does. Because it seems like he's not fit for this position.
Not kidding.
This is wild though. Yeah, he's out here like Dan said. I think he's kind of like enjoying this a little too much. Yeah, that one old lady though, man, the one on the oxygen, man, let her go.
She's the best,
dude.
You're not getting my vote.
Just it was amazing.
And they don't vote it because they assume you're going to win retention.
Will you be quiet?
But you've got to tell them that not voting does not help.
You know, in movies when you always see like those scenes and it's like a large group of people and you hear the random things being shouted from the group, like the most random things. Like you could take so much of that from just the shut your damn mouth, just as from the background.
You must vote in that election. I need 60% of the votes for
He's right now. I can turn this around. I got this.
I could do it. I could do it. They like me enough. I got this.
It's going pretty well, actually.
Of the people who voted.
My wife's only hysterical and crying frantically behind me, but it's just fine.
That election. So I ask you to make sure the people vote yes on the retention. And I ask you to do that. Thank you people for being polite and for listening.
Thank you people for being polite and listening. All right, dude, where are we at? Where are you at? You're not here with us. He probably got in the car with his wife and sat down and immediately went, well, that went pretty well. I thought this was pretty good.
That was a win for us, right?
What do you want for lunch?
And you understand, this is the tactic of the left. They yell at you, they try and cancel you, but we don't put up with it.
And it's always these type of cases, though, when the shit like slips through. It's the rape cases, the child stuff. And what the fuck, dude? Like, why is this just a thing that's happening all over the country and world? Like,
right. And of course, the town is like upset that this is going to be the man that handles the case for this case, who is also of course they're pissed. And his wife is just fighting with people on Facebook that there's nothing wrong. While the trial is going on, it just screamed like there should be a mistrial. Like it was just outrageous.
Yeah, that's insane.
We do what's right. We always do what's
All right,
right.
he's about done here, but that, yeah, dude, it sucks that he's still in there and able to do that in it. You know, this one turned out good, but at the same time, I mean,
I'll be right back.
Let's wait till sentencing, by the way, because
well, yeah, exactly. What's this guy gonna do? He's like, well, he's already been hanging out. He's been in jail for so long, guys. It's been 3 months. What, a year? What do y'all think? A year? Like this? What the
exactly?
fuck?
Like he's got the precedence is there. Like why would I wouldn't trust this man to sentence anyone?
No, dude. And the more I get into a lot of this stuff too, I don't know how often I'll see a case, dude. And then you get to the end. It's usually an old classic case or something, but you'll get to the end of it and you'll be like, oh, they're free now. You know, they only got 5 years for something absolutely tragic, like
wild.
People's lives were lost, and it'll be, this guy's just, you know, good to go now. And I'm not a, you know, I'm like, you can be rehabilitated and there are lines, but some of the stuff I'm really referencing right now is extreme craziness, like reckless, like, you know, reckless endangerment where people actually lose their lives because of bad ones. Usually the car accidents, drunk drivers. I'm not going to say slap on the wrist, but they usually don't get what probably they deserve, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Like that happens way too often.
Also concerns me a little bit in these murder trials, because if these guys are watching my YouTube in jail and then they get out and I'm screaming at them that they're the dumbest fucking criminal in the world, they're not going to be happy with me when they get out, man.
Yeah, and yeah, that's what's in what we're talking about right now. They're probably actually going to get out. No, that's funny. And yeah, dude, that is a weird part of the internet now, right? Like, I mean, it's a very viable thing. Like that's all. Tons of people are covering these cases. But yeah, at the end of the day, if somebody actually tries to track somebody down, you know, hell, and who knows what may go viral or may pop off, and then if your name or face is attached to it down the line.
Dude, there's a trial. There's the Erica Robinson trial where there was like a question of whether, you know, this. I mean, he ended up becoming guilty, but his girlfriend at the time was like a co-conspirator, right? And I was saying stuff about her. You know, there was video of her in like a Publix, and she was like, there was like surveillance video, and she was like being friendly, and it was a question of whether like she was involved or not. And like I commented on it. All of a sudden, I get 3 comments, and he's like, and it's a dude, and he's like, "That's my wife. You need to watch what you're saying. That's my wife now." And I'm like, "Oh my land!" I'm like, "Oh boy,
yeah,
this is scary."
People get crazy, man. Yeah, yeah, got to be careful, really. But at the same time, I mean, that's what we do nowadays, right? This is social commentary on a public figure or figures, an event. So it's a weird thing, though. A completely new ground, and I know you're brand new to it as well. So
I am. It's
a weird thing, man. Let me look at the chat here just for a second. Thank you all seriously for hanging out here tonight. Appreciate it. Tomorrow night, guys, please come and hang out as well. We're gonna be having Bob Mott on here. And tomorrow night's going to be interesting. I don't even know what the hell's going on yet. We're really just going to be hanging out. We're going to be talking some conspiracies. We're going to be talking some AI, some aliens, maybe. I don't know where tomorrow's going to go. I really don't. I'm excited for it.
Nice.
And that was under, you know, Bob's the one that wanted to talk about that stuff. So.
And you know, Bob, if whatever it is, he's gonna have a lot to say about it, and he's gonna know what he's talking about.
100%.
It's gonna be interesting to hear what his thoughts are on it.
Yeah, the last time he was here, well, last week he was on. We started ending and wrapping up the show. I'm like, yeah, we'll have you back on. But he was just like, yeah, I want to talk about some AI and some aliens. And I was like, all right, that's their jam too. You know, like Friday night would be perfect for that. Like,
that'd be great.
See, I'm excited for that. That'll be cool. Hopefully, everybody will pop through and hang out.
Yeah, if you want, I think we got like a perfect setup, because we got me and Shannon doing Friday Night Psych at 7, and then when we're done, we go right to you guys with Bob. It's a nice little Friday night.
That is a nice little Friday night setup right there. Hell yeah. Yeah, the Friday Night Psych, man. I like that idea as well. You guys have been killing that every week.
Thanks, man. Shannon does an amazing job.
Let's see right here real quick.
You got Bob doing wild conspiracy
That's what I
stuff
was
this
just saying.
Friday. I figured you were, yeah.
Yeah, JD popped up here. Bob wanted to talk about aliens. Yeah, he does. I'm excited. And that's perfect for the Feral Fridays, man. And like we were telling him, you know, we usually start off with a case or something. You know, you never know what we're kind of be talking about. By the end of it, we're on here for so many hours. We can go 2, 3, 4 hours. By the end of it, we're talking about God knows what. You know, we're usually jumping into some Egyptian pyramid stuff, or you never know. So
awesome.
That'll be perfect. I'm excited for it. But yeah, you're going to be streaming in the morning, aren't you?
Yeah, I got the trial that started today, so yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're literally going tomorrow. You're streaming all day. Probably take a little bit of a break, then be back on about 7.
Yep, 7 from 9 to probably 5, and then 7 o'clock we'll do this hike.
That'll be dope, man. That'll be fun. And then I think I just saw a little something creep through there. Liz, thank you for the $2. I like your Ninja Turtle shirt, Dan.
Oh yeah, I like it too.
Let's see if my super things here is actually. It's not. I'm not sure what I've done there to it. No sound effects tonight. From my transition to my junk room. Hopefully we'll be back in the basement sooner than later. Thank you, Liz. Appreciate that. It usually does go off the rails, Mountain Mama. Yeah, Friday nights usually head straight off a cliff. You never know, which is my favorite part.
Yeah, you really never know what we're going to get into. Yeah, we've spontaneously done call-ins, had guests come into Discord and hop on and talk about wild stuff.
That's awesome.
It gets crazy.
Yeah, yeah, Cammy, my basement is a work in progress. I just got the carpet out of there. I have a dehumidifier, like 5 or 6 fans down there right now, huge ones blowing around, trying to get all the water and all the moisture out really through a hose that's going into the garage. And yeah, hopefully I can reset up my studio down there in the room that it was intended to be in, and I won't be in this junk room for very long. But Dan's basement was freaking. Hold on, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I think I got a video here.
It's drying out. Your basement should be dry, I would think, because mine's doing pretty good. And I've just got 1 fan and 1 dehumidifier in there.
Well, they recommended 3 to 5 days with that dehumidifier, which they're coming. I mean, it isn't my. It's the company that's doing it. Yeah. They'll be back around to get it. But I did read that 3 to 5 days to really kind of get it. I guess the best.
My basement's still wet, but I mean, like the surrounding area around the fan and dehumidifier is all completely dry, and it's actually dried out like on the other side of the room, which is crazy. I didn't even think it would get to the other side of the room, like at all. Which I mean, like we did a pretty good job of pushing. I mean, my basement actually had standing water, like in it, like chilling.
This is Dan's craziness.
Well, that's not good. Yeah, that's about. I'd say right there, it's about 2.5 foot deep.
Oh,
that water.
You could have straight just swam.
Yeah, it's I mean, that's like more than a swimming pool worth of water in there for sure. There's about 1,500 square feet down there.
So did you go down and was that in your head when you woke up? Did you like, I better go check this? Or did you just like randomly like me go, oh shit?
So I woke up and took the dog out and just saw that water was like coming up into my yard from the creek, and kind of freaked out a little bit. And I actually didn't even let my dog finish what she was doing. Like I let her pee, and then I was like, I gotta get back inside. I gotta figure this out, because I was, kind of freaking out about it, and told my wife. And then I had to take her to work. So I was worried about it, took her to work, had trouble getting her to work even because there was a mudslide in the road. It took me over an hour to get home because I tried to take another way home.
So that mudslide wasn't there when you went to work, right?
Say it again?
That mudslide wasn't there when you originally took her to work, then when you came back it was?
No, it was. It was there. Like there, some of it was there, so traffic was backed up taking her to work, but it wasn't bad. Like we were only sitting there for maybe like 5 minutes. On the way back, that's why I didn't come that way back, because I didn't want to get stuck in traffic and be sitting right beside the mountain where shit might be falling in.
Yeah, dude. That have freaked me right the hell out.
So I wanted to take another way around, which is a much longer way around. And I took that whole way and got like less than a minute from my house, and the road was flooded and closed. So I had to go all the way back around and still take the mudslide way. When I went back that way, I had to wait probably 10 or 15 minutes. They were still cleaning shit up. So it actually wasn't. I should have went that way originally. It actually wasn't that bad. I was just worried about getting stuck there and then something coming down like on the car. That would have been fucking awful. But when I got home,
me out thinking about
when I got home, that's when I checked the basement and took that video. And because I was like, I actually didn't think about the fucking basement for some reason. I was just happy that the water wasn't like getting like close to the house.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we're good. Like it's going to slow down in the next couple of hours. It's not going to make it to the house. And then I checked the basement and saw that, and I was like, oh well, that's not good.
Yeah, you're literally just, that's not good. Like calm as hell. Like, hold on, one quick. JD 199 super chat. Glad I stopped in. You guys are great. Thank you, JD. Appreciate it. And then Laura M coming through with the $2. I need Friday night shenanigans and tomfoolery, and you're definitely going to get that tomorrow. You're definitely going to get that tomorrow. Thank you guys.
Yeah, Fridays are a party. That's what we hang out and party. But yeah, so then I started figuring out how, like, I was trying to find out what I could do to suck the water out, because I was actually afraid it was just going to keep filling up because it couldn't drain, and there was no drain. The only drain is my sump pump, and it flows into the creek, and the creek was already full. So actually, that's the reason my basement was flooded, is because the creek was backing up through that same drain pipe into my basement. So I was trying to figure out how I could pump the water out, through like the door, instead of, because there's no drain down there. And I've called a neighbor, and he had a pump. It wasn't like a real heavy duty pump, but it probably helped a little bit. And left that running all night long, and by the morning, all the water was out. Well, the bulk of the water was out. There was still like standing water on the but you could walk down there,
Yeah,
without like being up to your ankles in water.
Yeah, I was pretty worried when you sent that initial video. I was like, well, that is not good at all.
No, that's fucking insane. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, I could literally swim in that water. It was so deep. That was crazy. And that was in my fucking basement.
Yeah, dude, that was nuts, man. I'm glad that,
but, I mean,
I'm glad that your neighbor had that pump or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it probably would have been fine even without it, but I'm sure it helped a little bit, because it wasn't pumping water like fast. Like the neighbor pump that you sent me, that like gas powered thing. I googled that thing, and dude, that thing's insane.
Oh yeah, dude. No, that
thing will pump some fucking water, dude.
I saw that. Yeah, well, I just saw my neighbor have it. I did, and then I did what you did, and I was like, oh shit, I'll tell Dan this, because I figured you might actually need that, like something.
Yeah, no, I did. I really did. And it was like $240 at Harbor Freight or something. I didn't check, actually. I don't even know if Harbor Freight was open, but I checked Lowe's to see if Lowe's had anything like that, because I was thinking about going and buying one.
Yeah.
But everything Lowe's had was like $600, $1,000, $1,500.
Yeah.
They were so expensive. Which, I mean, it would be cheaper to do that than have water get into your house.
Yeah, but 100%. Yeah, like I actually I ended up paying way too much money, more than I ever would have wanted to pay, dude. Like, but I was so worried, man. I didn't want that mold to set in. I didn't want that water to get in there. And if I ever want to resell this place in the future, I don't need that as a nightmare. So got to get ahead of it, man. That's the shitty part of being a homeowner for sure.
Yeah, and I was telling Jay earlier, like, your area, I wouldn't think of as like a flood area.
Yeah, dude. I was talking to the guy that I bought the house from, who lived here for 15 years and never had an issue. So
yes, the guy that I bought my house. The guy that I bought my house from was here for 8 years, and I even asked him, because there's a creek like running right along the side of the house, and I was like, does it ever flood here? And he said, which my house is in a flood zone. Like, I'm required to have flood insurance to have a mortgage on it. But he said he lived here 8 years and it never got high enough to get like into the house or have a problem. And actually, the day that the flooding happened, when I was walking outside looking around, I saw a neighbor, and he said he's had his place for 8 years and he's never seen it this crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, it really was like a freak flood.
Yeah, hopefully it's a freak accident that didn't come back around.
There were areas that were flooded that I've never seen flood around here.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was crazy.
It was weird. Yeah, the next day, the local pictures were freaking crazy.
CVS down there was flooded, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that parking lot was flooded.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
I knew that whole area over there would probably be screwed. Yeah, luckily we're coming out of that now, though. And yeah, I'm glad that you were good, Dan, because I was quite worried from whatever the hell's going on there.
Yeah, that was great. It actually rose a whole nother foot, I'd say.
Wow.
After that video was taken. Yeah.
Let's see here, guys. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. We're gonna wrap this thing up here. Again, please come hang out tomorrow night, guys. Bob Motta's gonna be hanging out before that. Friday Night Psych on Jay's channel, and then all day tomorrow, Jay's gonna be hanging out and streaming as well. What's the trial you're doing now, Jay? I was in there hanging out today.
It's New Hampshire versus Adam Montgomery. If you're familiar with Adam Montgomery, this is not the trial he's also going to be on trial, I believe, in August for the murder of his young daughter, Harmony Montgomery. But that's not the case. This is the case that's for a weapons charge because he's like a multiple felon, and they found him they had weapons on him, which is a charge in and of itself. So this is for the weapons charge. And like I said, I think it's August is the trial for the murder of his daughter that he's alleged to have done.
Wow. Yeah, and I was hanging out in there today, and this one's already pretty interesting. So, I'll start. You're gonna be in 9 in the morning, right?
9 in the morning. And for those who missed it, if you want to watch my stream today, there was a gentleman with face tattoos reading Facebook messages, and it's maybe the funniest shit I've ever seen.
That was great.
Like, could you read the transcript of your Facebook message? And he's like, and the message is like, "Oh, bro, I got some sticks." He's talking about heroin. He's like, "I got some sticks and I want to get some metal, bro." But like, where the fuck? But so first he's like, "Yo, fuck, where's this shit at? Fuck." And then he's like, "Oh, whoops. Where the F is this S at?" And like, it's a wild.
I heard, Shannon was cackling. She loved that. It was hilarious, dude.
Listen to him read these Facebook messages was one of the funniest things.
Have you broke those out in the TikToks yet?
Oh, I gotta make.
Dude, you gotta get on that, man. Those are good. Yeah. Those are gonna pop. Yeah, I'll definitely be back in there tomorrow, hanging out. I'll see you in the morning. Well, I'll be chatting in the morning, from my slave desk. But yeah, man, tomorrow's gonna be. I'll tell you all right now. Hold on, before we go. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm excited about that. Off on the weekend, whatever. Next week is my vacation. Okay, which I'm probably gonna be dealing with some bullshit, but whatever. I'm still off for a whole week. Okay, I've got 9 days, and I'm really excited about it.
Awesome, man.
So hell yeah, I'm really excited about it. And then Sunday, please, anybody, this is brand new for us here. Every Sunday, going to be doing a classic trial. We're on the Jeffrey Dahmer trial right now. Yeah, the first day was Sunday. Went through a couple of videos. There's a bunch. This is probably going to be a few weeks here on Publicly Buzzed. I'm only doing the live trials on Sundays. That works out for me. But try to get into the habit. If you're part of the Publicly Buzzed and you like what you see, 9 a.m. Eastern time on Sundays for that. And I hope everybody can come through and hang out and.
Murder Church, 9 a.m. Don't go to that's the way to go. Watch the trial.
That's a great name, Murder Church. Yeah, come to the Sunday service.
Get ready to see some 90s fashion, some 90s glasses.
Yep.
It's wild watching that trial just to see some of those fashion choices.
Definitely, it was wild. And then got us a conversation kicked off about. I broke it out into a clip, but just out of nowheres because it got brought up during the opening statements, but all the random shit that we have dissected throughout our lives. The chat started talking about.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the weirdest ones, just real quick, on Twitter that I've seen, all the other ones I've heard about. I've done the owl poop, I've done the baby, the pig, the frog. People are saying that they have done like pregnant cats.
At squids.
What the hell's going on? Like, seriously, and those blew my mind. And I thought that the pig was weird. Like, eyeballs. Somebody did like a cow eyeball. Dude, that's actually one of the most entertaining threads that's probably been on my entire Twitter.
Yeah,
everyone just keeps coming in. Hey, actually, I'm traumatized because of this. Nah, guys, thank you all so much. Seriously, Jay, thank you, brother, for coming on here, man, breaking this down for us.
Man. Always have a great time. Thanks for having me on.
And tomorrow night, guys, going to be fun on both the channels. And then tomorrow morning, make sure you're hanging out with Jay. So, Dan, you got anything you want to throw in there?
No, Twitter.
Yeah, hit me up on Twitter.
Hold on,
yeah,
hold on, real quick.
Twitter.
Let me actually pop your Twitter up. Yeah.
First follower right here. First follower.
Yeah, Jay was my absolute first follower.
I'm gonna put this Twitter in the.
And my first promoter. He was the first one promoting my Twitter.
That's right.
I will never live this down. I will never live this down. Now I can't even find it. You need to start tweeting too. Also, we got to get you in the tweet.
Yeah,
game.
I need to download that fucking app, don't I?
Hold on, I'm just gonna search it.
PubBuzzed Dan, I think is the @.
PubliclyBuzzed _ Dan.
It was too many characters to do Publicly Buzzed, Dan.
God, I tweet a lot. Dear God.
Yeah, I got a ton of new followers today because of Jay.
Yeah, Jay killed it though.
Awesome.
All right, I'll find it. I will get it. It'll be in the Discord. It'll also.
You can't even find it. Jay's probably got it up right now.
I just put it in the chat, but I don't know if my link will be shown. But I was able to put it in there, Steve.
Oh my God! I'm trying to hide Dan's Twitter. I'm trying to block everyone.
He's beating you at every turn.
Oh my Lord. Okay. Make sure you're following
I guess I could actually do some work and find it myself.
It's your Twitter. That's amazing.
Right?
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, he's going to be, I'm going to be bothering him and getting on his back to get him actually tweeting, hanging out. Dan doesn't like the way Twitter's set up though. He doesn't like the, so like when you open, so like if I send him a tweet that I've tweeted and it's in a thread, he doesn't like when you open that and then you have to go backwards to read what you're responding to. In every other app, it goes the other direction.
You scroll down on everything. Why in the world is Twitter? You have to scroll up to get the reference.
Oh, let me tell you something. Once you start like getting a good, like a lot, a decent amount of followers, it gets so fucking hard to like manage. It's weird. It gets hard to manage where everything is.
Dude, I mean, I just don't get it. And Stevie sent me and I get it now. Like I finally have gotten used to it because Stevie sends me tweets a lot. And I've finally gotten used to it. But dude, for the longest time, it's just my instinct is to scroll down. And I assume that when I click the link, I'm starting at the top of the thread. But I don't start at the top of the thread. I start at the fucking reply that he linked me to. And I have to scroll up to get the reference to whatever the fuck we're talking about.
Gina just said, what kind of coder are you, Ricky?
I'm a web developer. Like Jed.
You're exactly. You suck at Twitter, but you're. What are you doing, dude?
You're shit together, man.
You did it wrong.
You're like, well, they screwed it up. We've actually got to start from scratch to get the way it's processed. Right.
I'm not bad at it. They just did it wrong. When you click the link, it's just start at the top of the fucking thread.
I'm with Gina. What kind of coder are you, bro? No, that's amazing. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Appreciate it, Jay. Get some sleep, brother.
Thank you.
I will see you in the morning, and thank you all so much.
Have a good night, everybody.
See, we shoot them up bang bang over here. We not scared of their motherfucking ass.